Yeah.
I'm walking with Matt. We walked maybe 30, 45 minutes. We stopped right here. And we met two people who just walked 3 hours and said they didn't get where they needed to go. So I said, and Matt says, let's do a video about your calling. I said, what? Right now I feel like I'm with Moses. Okay, why don't you say something about your calling and I'll maybe continue.
Well, what about calling? Like what about callings in general? Like, hey, do you think everybody has a calling to answer? Like, okay, so we do.
I have a calling.
Yeah.
Which means it's a clear, precise. I know which way I'm going. That way. And I know my calling.
Yeah, and nothing can deviate you from that.
As of right now. Right now. For me, and I wrote a mission statement to create an energetic movement for a transformation of a disease-free world. And I'm serious.
Yeah.
I'm serious. Now, and every day it seems like I'm more evolving to reach how I'm going about doing it.
And you feel like all the time?
You're asking me?
Yeah.
Well, what should I ask you?
But you feel like that all the time, right? Like you always have that in your mind somehow.
You know, in my mind, love is really high, but you gotta have purpose.
Yeah.
For a long time, I had love or marriage. I didn't have purpose. I was floundering.
When you say love, you're saying relationship.
Relationship.
Okay.
I was floundering.
Yeah.
Because every day I used to wake up and say, what am I doing for the rest of my life?
Yeah.
And one day, I got it. One instant, I got it, and I knew my calling.
You know what it is though? It's because like we associate love with like this person, like a relationship, but that's just like a really small part of it. It's like the love that we have for humanity, for everything, for ourselves. That's what we have to quench. That's that's the calling, I think. Like it's what we love, but it's the higher picture. It's the broader picture of what we love. I mean, we can embody that. We were saying like if you get a partnership with someone,
a partnership.
But then you get a calling.
Then you get a calling.
It's less likely that relationship is going to be guiding your purpose or your life, like your actions.
You need someone who's doing, in my opinion, the same.
Yeah,
same
and that's the thing. You have to integrate. You have to integrate that partnership with your calling.
Where are you?
but I totally understand that. So you see, what I think is, whatever I'm doing, I'm constantly thinking about it, and it's different than people kind of think. Well,
you're constantly thinking about it. You are doing it.
Well, if I'm thinking about it, I have to be doing it. It's like that's what keeps me doing it.
That's right.
You know? Because I think like a lot of people will think about what they're passionate about, or think about what upsets them, or think about what gets, you know, what makes them feel incomplete. But instead of actually going out and doing it, they'll distract themselves.
They're stuck and they can't get out.
They'll distract themselves by doing like whatever, TV. They'll eat something. They'll do a video game. They'll go out and meet people and socialize, or go on forums.
And they have everything lined up in order for them to do it.
Yeah.
I work on just the opposite. I have nothing lined up to move forward.
Well, that's a unique kind of way to live, because you're always working, right?
Right, I'm always working. Yeah.
But you're not like, it's not like you're a workaholic. It's because you're following your purpose.
Right. But when you have a mission, then pieces kind of fall into place.
Yeah. Well, I was planting the other day, and I was thinking like, I'm really good at doing nothing. We've already talked about that. Right. But I'm constantly working on doing something, because it's like if I see injustice and I see poverty and I see suffering, for me that doesn't make it used to make me really depressed, and I used to have to like escape from that. But now it just sort of it's just like I've kind of been able to flip it to the other side of the coin and see, okay, well that's just a vacuum I'm trying to fill. You know, if I see something, if I see an injustice, it's just an indicator from the larger picture telling me there's something that can be done here, and if you think it needs to be done, then you have to do it. So for me to see that constantly and be reminded of that, it just drives me to just fill that space, because that's what my purpose is.
You know, I agree with you, absolutely. Like right now, I see war in North Korea.
Yeah. I
see it in Syria, and I'm living in Lansdale.
Right.
And I said, I have to so inspire myself that I change the environment that I'm in. When that happens, the world changes.
That's true.
So war all over the place inspires me to do greater things.
Right.
It doesn't depress me. It inspires me.
Because now let's get more specific.
Okay.
The problems in other countries. Let's take the Syrian conflict.
Let's take the Syrian conflict.
Israel attacking Damascus, all that kind of stuff.
Absolutely.
So it's a problem, but like what are the things that we're doing essentially that can change that? Now you're doing it on a disease-free world level, where people are going to be thinking clearer. They're going to be feeling better. That's going to change the entire tone of how people treat each other, how they think about each other. Plus, just not eating animals. Getting the consciousness of death out of their minds. They're not going to think war is always an option. Also, treating diseases without attacking diseases. Like I always say that you can't treat bacteria and viruses and all that stuff and try to attack it and treat it as an invader. It's a living
friend.
creature. You have
to
love it.
Buddies.
And we'll learn how to
Without
be harmonious.
Buddies, we'd be like over right.
Right. So like you have to learn how to be harmonious instead of attack it.
Right.
And with what I'm trying to do is sustainability, personal responsibility, and all that stuff. It's like if we can all be self-reliant and rely and learn our place in the environment, how our ecology can support us and we can support it, and we can be joyful. We don't have to start being competitive and trying to take resources and get into this whole system of greed and imperialism and try to, and act out of fear. So if we're disease-free, we're thinking about self-reliance, thinking about the body, then we can change the fear vibration to the love vibration.
That's why you're carrying a pole. Walk to the promised land.
Well, let's go to the promised land. That's what I'm saying.
You know what? We are the promised land.
Yeah.
In our bodies is
you create the promised land where you go if you're living that purpose, that joyful purpose, that body's joyful purpose. But you have to listen to your body to know where that joy is, because you can intellectually lie to yourself to say that you're happy when you're not, but you can't trick your body. How you feel in your nervous system, your body knows how you feel. And if you try to trick your body, you're going to pay the price. If you use adrenals or hormones and get high and all this kind of stuff, you're always going to have to pay the price for that. Nothing comes for free in that respect.
And you're not really at peace with yourself.
Yeah, and it's like the other thing about like people saying like you got to do what you love so you can make money to go out and do what you love. It's like, well, just go out and do what you love and have faith. Right? Because it's like if you worship devoutly the gods of material things, then you'll get material things. That's the whole secret and like manifestation of all this kind of stuff. But why not worship the divinity within, the allness kind of divinity?
Eternal joy within.
Yeah, and then you can unlock that physical spirituality to where you can be fed and nourished by everything that already is. So you don't have to engage.
So in this Gardenville, right? You have this area which is on the cusp of blooming. Yeah. What are you going to do with it? Are you going to try to take it to other places? Or are you going to make films and share that?
Well, both. I'm wanting to use, because none of the places that I go are really going to allow me to have my full vision, because as well they shouldn't. I mean, it's their thing, and I'm coming in there to add an aspect to help.
Unless someone gives you $1 million.
Yeah. Well, that's the whole point. We want to do this with the earth, so we want to be getting these materials. Like we accept donations, but I'll be honest, we've received very little in donations. I mean, altogether we've received less than $200, but we already have like most of this garden town set up because the whole point is to receive the providence of nature. It would be faster if we had money and things like that, but the whole point is, okay, so now we're here, we're going to help them, we're going to build this vision, and I'm going to sort of build like a portfolio of sorts, so that when I go to the next place I can see, look, this is what I can do. People will be more willing to give me a shot, give me more of a free reign, and I can start expanding my craft and how I'm doing these things, and people are going to be benefiting more and more. And I'm hoping, and I already see it happening, like a lot of the people on the raw food gurus and stuff online, huge followings, right? Like 40,000 people, all this kind of stuff. I have a very small following, but these are like loyal and strong people who are ready to act.
Thank you.
Like I have people who are saying like, let me come and live with you. I'll help you do this. How do I do it where I am? People who are like ready to act. It's a small number of people, but if you think about like if you're trying to have this guruship of like hundreds of thousands of fans, how many fans are actually going to be practicing, and how many are just following so they have an identity to go with? So you want people who are really going to act. You don't want to be teaching to like step by step, this is how you live. You want to be liberating people's minds so they understand how to think for themselves, and they make their own path. So you want to be really careful about how much information you say that you're giving people, and more just like open them up and empower them to go out there and really
You know what,
control.
I give all the information for free, and I also don't accept donations. I never accept donations, which means I think I told you before, I fed 30 people for free. I gave away 900 free meals for free. And I just know that the universe provides. And it did very well. And now I'm setting up a program where people can stay with me, well, they eat at my place. I give them $450 worth of food for $100. Unheard of, but it works, which means the more you give, I don't know what I'm saying, but it's like you set up a program of a raw food environment where you don't expect help from the outside. I become strong in what I do, and the universe will provide what it has to provide.
And even if you charge something like that with what you're doing, if somebody comes and tries to do it, if they can't handle it, they're not going to be back day two. It's not like they're going to sit and like sponge off it the whole time. Like it kind of works itself out, because if they can't handle it, they're going to drop out right away.
They drop out.
The people who are going to stick with it are going to stick with it. And that's how it is. Like you can give away the information for free, and it's not going to be. I mean, I give out all my stuff, my books and everything, and I don't really sell anything tangible. Like you sell actual physical things, so you have to make the money back.
I got to make the money back.
But I just give out information, and then I get taken care of.
I still got 8 of your books, by the way.
But
I paid you for it away.
Yeah. How much? That's a long time, huh?
Almost 10.
Okay. It's almost 10. That's pretty good.
Good.
Still got another day. We can get some videos
tomorrow.
So tomorrow
we're going to be... 4:30. We're doing 2 videos a day.
2 videos a day. And now, tomorrow what are we doing? We're going to...
We're going to give out a Waynesburg. We're going to give out free green smoothies.
Yeah.
And by the way, August 3rd, we expect 300 to 500 people. We are selling tickets for $10 each with a $5 rebate.
Yeah.
For an all-day event.
Wow.
I'm giving it for free. 16. I'm paying 16 chefs to give out food for 30, 40 people per session. That's almost $1,000 right there. Free. It will come back to you, guaranteed.
Yeah.
And you're going to be there, guaranteed. You can share your information with 300 to 500 people. And anybody else out there, you can come August 3rd.
Raw Experience 3.
Raw Experience 3.
And tomorrow we're meeting. I got it hooked up with the township of Waynesboro. And this is not health fair. This is not a raw food event. This is a town fair. It's like as mainstream as you can possibly get in Virginia. You know, like the heart of the Confederacy.
Come to Waynesboro, Virginia tomorrow if you're watching.
We're infiltrating Waynesboro to give out green smoothies, talk about permaculture, garden towns, and we're gonna have a blast. We'll maybe we'll take some videos. We'll talk to some people and we'll get some.
What are you talking about? Who are these people? Are you from another planet?
Well, I said my mom. I was talking to my mom. I said I was going to this thing with Arnold.
Yeah.
And she said, that's going to be fun, you and Arnold there. And I said, yeah, it's going to be weird because people are going to see me and him, and they're going to be like, wow, look at that freak. And they're going to come and talk to us. It's going to be blown for even more of a loop. So that should be fun.
I make sure I wear my special mainstream sneakers.
Me too.
Okay, anyway.
I'll just wear this.
Hug. Bye. This is live from
the woods.
The woods. Bye. Okay, good.